Salutations to the sun are my idea of having fun. So I hope you'll understand if I'm not part of this evening's plans. Animals are my best friends. I'm done trying to pretend. For better or worse, that's how I am. I just wanna ride my horse, maybe knit a sweater.
Hi there, this is Kiersten, and welcome either to or back to Fiber Field Notes. I'm sitting at my house in New Mexico, in northern New Mexico, and just thought I would keep you up to date on some of my whips, as well as a project that I finished like 2 years ago. One of my first major projects was this. It was this cardigan. I fell in love with this cardigan, and I think this is the cardigan that I found that made me want to do stranded color work. And I just found it so beautiful. I actually used the exact same yarn and colors as the actual designer used for her, for her actual test knit, and the one that she uses to model it. And it's wonky. It looks so nice on the camera. I haven't been wearing it much because it feels a little bit too wonky, and it was one of the first things that I really put my heart and soul into, and felt like, okay, now I am a serious knitter. It's the designer's name is Kristen Drysdale, and it's called the Mattie Cardigan. That's what it's called, and so glad I brought it out. It's like one of my literal favorite sweaters in the world, but you can see it felt very complicated to do, but I'm glad I did it. And sometimes I think about taking it out and just doing it again, but this button band is a little wonky. You can see it's a little wiggly, and it was hard for me, but it was a steeped one as well. But the yarn is called Biches and Bouches. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'll put it up here. And it's a yellow color. Obviously, I'll put down the exact name of the yarn that I used. But it's kind of a rustic yarn. Let me see if I can get close enough for you to see it. I love the color variation in here. You can definitely see my stitches aren't all very even, and I used the white color for the flowers, also Bichet and Boucher. I decided to get the exact yarn that the designer had made it in because I loved it so much. And I learned so much making this sweater, and it made me feel confident to do other color work. But it was absolutely fantastic to finish this. I worked on this for a really long time, and in fact, I think I was working on it when I joined all my knitting groups. So there's 2 knitting groups here. One is much more up north, further up into the mountains, and one is more in town. And I joined them about 1.5 years ago. I guess, it's going to be exactly 2 years for the knitting group up north. And that's when I was working on this. So this was about 2 years ago, I guess. I actually have in my notes that I started it in August 23, and I finished it in January 18th, 2024. So it definitely took a long time, and I brought it on some trips that I took and worked on it. Maybe I'll put some photos in there. I definitely feel very proud of it, but I don't wear it very much because I feel like it doesn't look so neat. But I think I just got to get over that and just wear it. So this is, I wanted to show you this one. I think what I'll do is I'll just show a sweater each time I do one of the podcasts, and then just catch you up with my whips as well, because I have all these sweaters that I've made in the last 3 years. And it's interesting, I was just listening to a young woman, I think she's actually in Berlin. What was her name? It was something, like Stockinette Bitch, maybe? I don't remember. But she was talking about how nice it is to work on like fingering gauge projects, because it takes a lot longer to make, and it's really very quite nice to not I don't like to be generating tons and tons of garments. I want to only really make ones that I'm really going to wear or that I'm going to gift to somebody. And I haven't gifted an adult sweater. Oh yes, I have. I've gifted 2 adult sweaters to one of my daughters. 3, 4. Anyway, that's nice because they wear them. And a lot I've gifted to my little niece, and so I like to have a reason for them. I don't like to knit if I'm not going to wear it, or somebody I know is not going to wear it. But anyway, yeah, this is the Mattie cardigan, and yeah, I like it a lot, and I'm going to wear it tomorrow. Okay, so speaking of yellow, this has been a thing. I've gotten a lot further on the Tresoro cardigan. I think last time I showed it to you, I had not yet split for sleeves, so I have all the yarn and everything on, let me get this out for a minute, in my last episode. So if you're interested in the yarn, I'm not going to put it back up again because I keep doing that, but it's Budatex, and it's an Argentinian yarn, and I actually was able to get there, but I wanted to have split for sleeves last time, and now this time I am. But now I'm recognizing how similar it looks, which is silly. And I told everybody last time that I was going to do some embroidery on here like I had done on the last one. But yeah, so actually this is going to look kind of similar to this one. I guess I have a definite palette that I like. But I did split for sleeves, so you can see I just really like this nice seam that's shown up. I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like all blocked out, and I'm going to do some embroidery of some little poppy flowers. So I just thought I'd show it to you really quickly. It's coming along, but it's not quite there yet. Yeah, so that, and then I'm going to save my favorite for last. I'm so excited to show you the progress I've made on the Elenor Mortenson Sleeping Beauty. I just want to finish it, and I really want to wear it. I'm making it into a short sleeve so that I can wear it. So I really can't wait to show that to you. I'm going to show that to you last. This is what I'm going to show you now. So because I have my Instagram is all crochet, I had this woman reach out to me who and she sent me 2 books. I don't have the other book with me right now, but it's beautiful, and it's called Magical Crochet. You can see how beautiful it looks, and I'll just go in a little closer. You can see her name, and I'll put her name and everything down in the show notes as well. But her name is Jeanette Benson, and I believe, I don't remember exactly where she's from. I think the book was originally published in Danish, and this was translated into English. But if you look in here, I mean, she has charts and then also all sorts of written out things. Let me show you some of these pictures. It's just so beautifully and magically done. She talks about some color palettes that she's using. I hope you can see that well. And then there's different projects for kids. And like, how cute is that? I've done only a tiny bit of like amigurumi, and it's fun when I do it, but I don't choose to do it so often. But she also has this like horse. Let's hobby horse. You can make, and a magic wand. I mean, these pictures are just magical. It's so beautifully done, this book. And so I'm going to, this is my postcard. All you former East Germans will appreciate that. I love this card. But so I'm making, I love when I have my own book because I can just write in it. I don't know if that's something you do, but I love to just actually write right in the book. I'm making this for my niece, who is, she's 3.5, she'll be 4 in November, and she's in that stage where it's all about dress up. So I'm making this crown. There's a couple different possibilities, and I think what I'll do is make the top one, and then I'm going to embroider on it. And maybe I can kind of sit down with her and see like what she would like to put on it, and then do it like a custom crown. So yeah, do you guys write in your books? I've been like just kind of taking notes and keeping track, and I'm really enjoying making it. Let me show you what I've got so far. I'm using the same yarn that I was using for my linen shawl from a couple podcasts ago, or a podcast ago. It's actually sitting out here, but you don't need to see it because it's not, there's not a huge difference yet. But so it's this Hobby organic 100% cotton yarn, and I think these are actually 2 different colors. Like, I love these colors, and she's loves pink. She just does. And so here is what I have so far with it. And I think the way it's going to go is I'm going to be making it and then folding it over. And it's asking me to put this kind of like stiffener thing in there. So I think it's just going to keep going down, up, down, up, down, up, all the way around, and then it'll be like put on with like a ribbon, and tied with a ribbon, and then I'll do some embroidery here, which I'm so excited to see how it turns out. I'm going out to visit her, and I'll be out there in about a week, on the 16th whatchamacallit, maybe by the time this comes out, it'll be like just in a couple of days I'll be going. So hopefully I'm going to get this done, which means I really need to work on it and get it ready to embroider on by next week so I can give it to her right away. I think she's going to absolutely love it. But you never know. You never know with kids whether they're going to like something or not like something. I made her like the most adorable vest, and I think what I'll do when I'm out there is I'll do a little podcast with and then I can get all her things out of her drawers, and I can show you all of her things that I've made her, all the sweaters I've knit her, but I made her this like extremely cute, I'll have to look it up, it's in my projects, but I'll tell you when I'm showing it to you. But it's a little vest and it has these little flowers on it, and the last time I visited her I was like, oh, let's put this on, and she said, oh, you can have that, you can take that home. And so I could tell she didn't really like it, but that's totally okay. But it's like one of those things where you really want to I really want her to like it. So I think this is going to be a good one to be able, that she'll like, because she's in that dress up phase. And so let me put this back. Oh, and now the last thing I'm going to show you before I also show you, I haven't gone up there yet today, but there are these blooming cactus up here that are called claret cup, and is it claret cup? No, it's not. I'll look it up too, but they are so beautiful, and they only bloom for a really short time. It's like a window of like a week, and I've been watching these ones start, and I think that today they're probably open. But here is my Sleeping Beauty. I've gotten far. I have not yet separated for sleeves yet, but I am just about to. So, If you're interested in the yarn and everything, it's Palette Yarn by Knit Picks, and it's in my projects page. I think it's up there, but it's definitely in my last podcast if you want more information about the yarn. All right, ready, you guys? I'm about to split for sleeves, and yeah, it's not, you know, it's not perfect, but here it is. What do you guys think? I love this so much. I love the colors. I love my tension. I told you guys in one of my last podcasts that this I had done all the way up to like about here, maybe like right there you can see, and it just was puckering because I had pulled the floats, which are on the back. I had pulled them too tightly, and so when you pull, if the tension is too tight on these floats in the back, it's going to pucker the fabric in between. And I think that's what I did, and I tried to take it out, I tried to block it, and then finally I just took the whole thing out and started again. I left the neckline, which I really like. But I am beyond thrilled. I just took a picture. I just tried it on because I put it on these barber cords, which is like miracles. I love these barber cords. These ones I think are actually petite knit. I got them in that shop I talked about last time called Bøgelund Berlin. We can put it up here because that might be in a different podcast, but you can just buy barber cord, and I think like in a hardware store. And like I think someone in my knitting group bought like an entire huge spool and just kind of gave it out to everybody. But these ones I got from an official source, an official knitting source, so it allows me to really pull it open and to try it on without fear of losing all the things. So I think I have just maybe like half an inch more, and then I will split for sleeves and then continue down. And this pattern, it continues all the way down, and I think there's like one upside down flower over here, which is pretty darling. So I'm super excited about this. I can't even stop showing you guys. Look at it. I mean, you have to admit it's so pretty. I love her patterns. They're so intricate. She does a lot of variegated wool, so like the wool's like changing colors as it goes, which is a neat effect. I'm definitely more of a not variegated wool person, but anyway, so here's this. So that's the last thing I'm going to show you today. I don't want these to be too long, and I can get this off the camera and send it to my daughter, and she can pop it into format.